computer. Okay, here we go. Awesome. So come on your mat and come on your back. Just hug your knees in. Switch this out so I can see myself from above. That's really helpful. Okay. I'll do it. Some decoration adjustment. So here we go. Come on your back, hug your knees in, and just wobble side to side. Massaging your lower back. Most of you know that. I'm a great fan of this. When you massage your lower back, that massage on your lower back and give your body a message that it's time to relax. You are in a safe space. After you wobble side to side, allow your knees to move around. So circle your knees. Maybe your knees are falling away from each other, moving away from each other, or they want to stay together. Let them be. And then at some point, just reverse the flow. So go towards the other direction. And then connect with your breath. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, making sure that you are aware of your whole entire body. We're gonna get very good at this by the end of the class. And then eventually, as you feel complete, release your feet flat on the floor. So during the entire class, always the suggestion, if you want to come out from a shape sooner than I guide you out, just come out sooner. So basically listen to that teacher, the real teacher who is inside of you. All right? So feet flat on the floor. And then with your inhalation, just reach your arms above your head. Stretch. Nice. And exhale, release both knees towards the right. So simple windshield wiper. Inhale, come back to the center. And then exhale towards the left. All right, let's get really good at this. So the inhale, gonna bring our knees up. And the exhale, gonna bring our knees towards the right. And then on your own, one more. Do it very slowly. Feel your feet. Feel the when your knees are towards the left, you are on the outer edge of your left foot, inner edge of your right foot. So get into the details. That's where the magic lies, in the details. Nice. And then back to the center, and then exhale towards your left. And we're gonna hang out here. So this is a shape that we usually practice. Most of you know this shape. So the knees are towards the left, and we concentrate expanding, becoming aware more of our right side. So the right fingers reach up, right knee reach down, perhaps the right foot walks off of the mat a little bit, so you feel more stretch, or however you want to place your right, how you feel more stretch. And the left hand goes somewhere towards the right, where you can feel the breath expanding you, the in-breath, and the express settling you. Perhaps wobbling your head side to side could be useful. Perhaps wiggling shoulder blades together could be useful. Just become aware of who are you today? How are you today? Inhale, exhale through your nostrils. Nice. And we've been practicing something else, hanging out empty at the bottom of your exhalation. So 2 more breaths. Inhale through your nostrils. And then slowly release the breath out through your nostrils, and make sure that you are all squeeze the breath out. Let the breath go for real, for sure. Empty, empty, empty. Hang out there for a moment or so and watch what's happened with the inhalation. Usually you find more space. And then again, exhale slowly through your nostrils. And then hold the breath out for a few moments. And then inhale again. Exhale it out through your mouth. Nice. Reach both arms, so left arm comes next to your left ear. And then if you walk your right foot off of the mat, just walk her back. So both feet are on the mat and you bring your knees back to the center. Exhale, hug both knees into your chest. And then inhale, extend one leg at a time in front of you. Arms alongside your body into your Shavasana position. Not gonna stay there, just stay here just yet. Close your eyes. Take a clearing breath. Inhale through your nostrils. Exhale through your mouth. And notice how your right side feels different from the left. Some fun parts that you can compare. Perhaps the right leg feels longer from the left. Perhaps the right thigh feels warmer, more alive than the left. Perhaps the right shoulder feels different from the left, or the right arm from the left. Just take some notes. What surprises me usually the most, how even my right side of my face feels different from the left. So self-observation, big part, is in the Yoga Sutras as well. We're gonna get there. This is our second step after we practice something. Now we're observing ourselves, studying ourselves. Beautiful. Let the effort go. 2 more breaths here, just surrendering to what is, doing nothing. Letting everything go, just be. Super duper. Point your toes, stretch through those toes, reach your arms above your head. And then exhale, hug your knees to your chest. I'm going to do the same on the other side. For our other side, release your feet flat on the floor. Reach your arms next to your ears. And then exhale, release both knees towards the right now. Awesome. Reach through your left fingers. Check out how the top of your left thigh, left knee feels. If you want more, you can walk your left foot off of the mat, out to the side. Make sure that your knee is okay with this. Find a position that is useful for you, not one that is stressing you out more, but is supporting you to expand, to feel more alive. Right hand goes somewhere towards the left where you can feel the breath. Inhale, expanding your body. And exhale, settling. The shape is effortless as much as possible. Using this phrase like have the shape, let the shape have you, not you getting a hold of a shape. Just have the shape take over your body. Point of awareness or left side. So check out, left finger is reaching up and the left knee is reaching down. Bringing our awareness towards the left, it helps the subtle layer of the breath, the prana or life force move towards that left, and this is gonna support us to prepare our body to become more of a suitable instrument for this subtle reality to flow through us and also be fed inside of us. 2 more regular breaths, guiding the awareness towards the left side body. Notice if you want to wobble your head side to side, wiggle your shoulder blades more towards each other. Notice if your knee doesn't like this shape, change whatever you need to change. Last 2 breath cycle, hang out on empty at the bottom of your exhalation. Inhale through your nostrils and then exhale through your nostrils slowly until you totally, fully, for real, for sure, you feel empty. Hold the breath out. Then inhale again. And then slowly exhale again. Holding the breath out. Like it's so nice to hang out on empty. Sometimes I wish I don't want to take another bath. But we are being breathed. I can't stop it. So I'm taking the inhalation, clearing breath. Inhale through your nostrils. Exhale through your mouth. Awesome. If your left foot walked off of the mat, slowly walk her back, knees lifting up, arms stretched next to your ears. And then slide your legs straight, bring your arms back alongside your body. First step complete. We stick with something with practice, build heat on the left side. Second step is self-observation, self-study. Close the window of your eyes and look inwardly how the left feels now. Whoa, so different. Notice the difference, how it felt before and now. Perhaps you can feel the throbbing of the life force a little bit more in your left side. Perhaps the left a little warmer, or more tingling, or something else. Nice. And then 2 additional breaths. Attempt to do nothing, just surrender to what is. Let go of the effort of holding on to anything, engaging with anything. Just be. Beautiful. Point your toes, reach your arms above your head. Feels so good. I hope it feels good for you as well. Draw some circles with your wrist, with your ankles, and slide your arms out to the side. Palms facing towards the floor, and then feet flat on the ground. Few bridge rolls. So feet flat on the ground. We're gonna come up with exhale. So usually we come up on inhale, but we are going to switch it out. We come up with exhale. So take an inhalation here. Exhale, press the feet down, slowly peel off the ground, your glutes, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. This is your exhale. Take an inhalation while you're up here. And with the exhale, slowly roll back, upper back, mid back, lower back. On the floor, you take the inhale. Inhale, exhale, you slowly peel back, glutes, lower back, mid back, upper back. Hold it up here on empty for a moment or two. Take the inhale up here. Exhale, slowly roll back, upper back, mid back, lower back. Hold it out on empty. Nice. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly come on up. Beautiful. We're going to do something else. Stay here for the inhale. Stay here for the exhale. Walk your feet a little bit closer. Be staying up. Inhale, hop onto your tippy toes. Exhale, staying here. And release your body on empty. Roll back on empty. Release your ears. Hold the breath out. Take your inhalation. Exhale, open your mouth side up. One more just like this. Inhale here. Exhale, press the floor away. Slowly bring yourself up. Inhale, stay up. Exhale, stay up. Hop onto your tippy toes. On empty, slowly roll back. Hold the breath out. Inhale through your nostrils. Open your mouth side up. And just soak into your own juice. I usually like to walk my feet a little bit wider and bring my knees together so I don't have to hold my knees, and turn your palms facing up. Wobble your head side to side and just allow yourself to be here for a couple of breaths, perhaps. Nice. So options are, you can bring your knees to your chest, cross your ankles, and just start rolling forward and back and come up eventually, or simply roll on one side, stay there for a couple of breaths and come on up. I think I'm gonna hear the calling, rolling forward and back. So wobble, massage your back. Have fun with it. A couple of more. Oh, nice. All right. So as you come up into your seated position, extend your right leg. So why don't I mirror you? Usually it's easier. So I'm extending the left, you extend the right leg. So go ahead and mirror me. And we're gonna do this flowing from one side to the other side. It's not gonna be very difficult. So inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, release your left hand on the floor. Inhale, reach to the right. And then exhale, you forward over this band. Left. Both hands come forward. You forwarding, you rounding, you go to the other side. Right hand releases and the left is reaching up. Exhale, you forward over the extended right, forward. Then the left hand lands and the right is reaching up. Nice. And just these two more. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Going over, right releases, left is reaching. Nice. Left releases, right. And exhale. Now your left hand is reaching up. And with your exhalation, you simply gonna fold over this extended right. Both hands are framing your extended right. You may be high up here. You maybe have room to come forward. You maybe want to bend your knee and then come on forward a little bit. And now the plane here is pulling the left hip back, reaching through the left fingers to the left side body, gets a nice stretch. Maybe it's reaching over outside of your right knee, calf, ankle, or foot. And the right hand goes on the floor and you look over your right hand. Just get a sweet stretch in your left side body. You can look over your right shoulder and soften your shoulders. Staying here for 2 more breaths. Get into it inwardly, not going anywhere. So focus inwardly, just feeling the breath and the stretch. And then come on back where we started, framing this extended right. And then walking forward. And then walking all the way towards your left. And the left forearm is coming onto the floor and the right is reaching up. And just simply now you have this nice long right line on the right side and you just expanding or bending the elbow. Sometimes it's nice to use the hands as a way to extend this right side. Roll your shoulders back and down. Enjoy this for 2 more breaths. Close your eyes, not going anywhere, so focus inwardly, please. Nice. And with your inhalation, just sweep yourself up. And soften your shoulders, soften your face. And then chin to chest, slowly open your eyes. Larry just got these pants for me and it seemed to be like, needs to be stretched. My tummy is sticking out. All right, so cross-legged and just behind you, hands in the floor. We did this before, heart opening. So fingers pointing towards you or towards the back. Find out what feels good for you and simply roll your shoulders back and down and left. Nice stretch in the wrist, nice stretch in the heart. 2 breaths in here. Maybe an additional one would feel good. Nice. And then come on back. Same sequence on the other side. So you keep the right in and the left is extending. Snuggle in. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, now your right is reaching, releasing onto the floor. Inhale, reach up through the left. Exhale, fold over the bent right and then sweep over chin to chest. Feel the stretch in your back, left length and the right is reaching up. Exhale, folding over the left. Chin to chest, sweeping over right hand releases, left is reaching up. 2 more of this. Exhale, forward. Left length, right is reaching. Maybe you're doing it much slower than I am. Follow your own rhythm, please. Nice, and this is our last side. Left length, right is reaching up. Awesome. So now we're just folding over or facing towards the extended left. Hands are either side. You might bend your left knee and walk forward. Your leg might be straight and walk forward in that way. You're pulling your right hip back energetically and reaching through your right finger. So this right is my left. Gets a nice stretch. Make sure that your shoulders are not up here, but so nice. Feeling the stretch on the right, bringing the awareness into that space, making sure that your shoulders are relaxed, guilty as charged. That's why I keep repeating it. And maybe the right goes outside of your left knee, calf, ankle, or foot. And maybe the left goes behind you and you look over, and that's gonna be even sweeter for you, or you just stay where you were before. Not going anywhere here for 3 breaths. Find a comfortable stretch and then breathe into it. And then eventually gonna frame the extended left leg and staying low, walking towards the front as low as it feels good to stay low and towards the right. And just tilting over, right forearm is on the floor. You have the left leg extended and you extend the left arm. And you just feel the stretch, that nice long stretch on the left side. Maybe you reach your fingers, maybe you bend your elbow and your arm, your hand becomes a weight. Maybe your heart is up towards the sky. Maybe your heart feels better if you look down. And just sensing your body. The suggestion is from all the sages that we need to find a way how we can have a more sensitive body, because these subtle forces that we're looking to connect with, they are always here, but they can't connect with us because our body is like tense, like dance. So in here we open up our body. One more breath. And then simply inhale, reach the left up and then bring yourself up. Exhale, pause. Again, just soak into your own juice, which is suddenly more available. One more inhale, exhale. Nice chin to chest. And then from here, we're just gonna come onto our hands. You only know this tabletop position. Wrist underneath your shoulders. If that feels good, some of you may be on your fist if you have sensitive wrists. And I like to tuck my toes under for the cow. When I lift my tailbone up and hold forward with my inhalation and exhale, I like to flatten my feet. So I press down through my knees, from my top of my feet, through my hands, and then navel to spine, chin to chest. And this is the direction, but maybe you want to sway side to side in your cow a little bit, maybe looking over your shoulders could feel good, or something else. So go for 2 more and tune into what would feel good, how your body is guiding you to move. Walk your knees towards each other, tuck your toes under, and then see how it feels when you sit down on your heels. If this is too much, keep your hands on the floor. If you want a little bit more, sit up. And if you want a little bit more, reach your arms up. Interlace your fingers, exhale. Inhale, press your palms up. And then exhale, come on forward. Flatten your feet. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Nice. Tuck your toes under again. So you might just gonna stand on your knees. Maybe if knees are a little bit wider, it could be easier. Gonna stretch out our hands. So for some of you, it's useful to sit on the heel. So the hand stretch is simply the left is holding out. You get a hold of your right thumb. You pull the thumb back and you reach down through your fingers, shoulders soft, and you stretch out. Make your palm a little bit more sensitive. I'm gonna sit down. It's totally up to you. We're just gonna stay each side 2 breath cycle. So inhale, pull the thumb, reach through your fingers. Do not just sit down and make yourself being tortured. Stand up if you need to. Soften shoulders. One more breath. Nice. Other hand, hold on to your right thumb. Hold the thumb back. Reach through your fingers. It's a nice stretch on your palms. That's what you're looking for. Yes, the foot is uncomfortable. And then come on forward. Hands on the floor, flatten your feet. Some of you perhaps feel good if you tap the top of your feet, both, or just again, go for a cow, and then go for a cat. Nice. And then inhale, just stretch back through your right, and just bounce a little bit. So reaching back through your calf, and then forward. Maybe you can roll over so the foot comes flat. Massaging those toes a little bit. Stretching the back of your leg on the right. And then switch it out. So the left tucks under and you bounce back and forth. Maybe roll over so the left foot is on the top. And then press it down. Just stretch it out. And then bring it back. Toes together, knees apart, or any other comfortable child's position. You're gonna go in and take a break. Let your shoulders become soft, armpits open, elbows a little bit wider. If this is not a comfortable shape, fists can be on the top of one another, forehead can rest on your fist or something else. Three more breaths here. Make it count. Beautiful. Inhale, come on forward onto your hands and knees. Just a little bit of lunging. Bring your right foot forward. And inhale, pull your hips back. Maybe flexing the foot, heart is open. And then exhale, you walk forward and sink your hips towards the floor. Yay. 2 more of this. Inhale, you walk back, heart forward, flex the foot. And then exhale, you sink it. Earning the trust of the body. Inhale back. And then exhale, you sink in. Now, we already communicated with the body, to the body, that there is going to be a stretch happening. Now we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths only. And then slowly bringing our hips back. And then step the left back, then step the right back. Perhaps hop into your downward dog to stretch it out. It usually feels good. Otherwise, just go into your child's pose. One more inhale, exhale. And then come on forward, other side. So the left foot comes forward. And then the inhale, gonna bring your hips back, flex the foot gently, not very forcingly, but gently, knee perhaps bend hard forward. And then exhale, you let the hips come forward and sink them towards the floor. 2 more of this, okay? You guys know what to do. Can you focus inwardly? Look down, not up to the screen. And then as you come, exhale, let your hips come towards the floor. Feel the right is stretching, communicating to the right hip that I'm going to ask you to stretch like this in a moment, but there is going to be an exit route. Next time when you come forward, you stay here or come up onto your knee, whatever feels useful. Maybe if you have a bolster or blanket, that could be helpful. Just get yourself into a shape that is useful. One more inhale. And then slowly coming out of the shape, bringing the hips back, both hands are on the floor, and then stepping the left back, hopping into your downward dog. Bending one knee at a time or just staying still. So stretch it out nicely, because after this we're gonna sit for a while. So go ahead and really get the most out of this last downward dog before we sit down. Perhaps two more breaths. And then come on back down. And then go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Maybe you want to sit up on the couch or on a chair or something else. Whatever feels good, it's totally up to you. Yay. Let's bring our palms together. I feel like we can use an om. At least I can use an om or 2 or 3. Diane is here too. Yay. So palms together, front of your heart center. Close the window of your eyes. Exhale everything. Inhale through your nostrils. Clearing breath. Open your mouth side out. Inhale and om. Oh. Two more. Just stay with the after effect. And as you feel ready, chin to chest, slowly open the window of your eyes. And here we are. So I don't know if you see this, but I made a little altar in here, and I have Shiva on it, and I have our Om sign that we practiced last. And it's so funny to see it the opposite. That we practiced last class, and we're gonna review it actually at the end of this class. So I actually built him a little altar. The Rudraksha beads, they are representing Shiva's tears. And I put a little heart, ceramics here, because I love the idea of love. And I have this little Shiva statue, and this is what we're gonna start with to learn a little bit about him. So I hope you guys see him. And Anita, as camera is off, but she was just sharing hers with me. So he is the one of the Hindu Trinity. He is the transformer. So we have Vishnu, who is the we have Brahma, who is the creator, and we have Vishnu, who is the sustainer, and he sometimes called the destroyer, but he is more like transforming things. Sometimes it feels like destroying things from our life, but really he's just intending to keep life moving, because everything needs to evolve, needs to move on this planet Earth, and I think the whole entire universe. So stagnation basically is death. It's not good for us when we stagnant. So he's here to help us, to transform us. So he is the Lord of Dance. As you can see, he's very good at it. The Lord of Theater, the Lord of Music, and the Lord of Grammar. So actually, he has many instruments that he's working with in his many arms. And one is a drum, which is from where one of the sage heard his drum, and that's where the Sanskrit alphabet came out of, from that vision. So the Sanskrit alphabet is like including all Shiva's knowledge. So maybe you can see this little guy who he's dancing on, and he is called Apasmara. Can you see it, Jessica, the little guy? Yeah. So this is one of the reasons why some thinks that he's a destroyer, because he has this, I don't know, that person who is not really that, is actually pretty like, I don't know, heads up and everything, standing on. So one of the names for him is Apasmara or Muhirlaka. I love these words. They are like, ooh, so mouthful. Pam likes it too. Apasmara or Muhirlaka. So Apasmara is translated as the demon of forgetfulness. The demon of forgetfulness. And this is one of the main challenge to to understand this throughout the entire practice of yoga. What are we forgetting about? So the forgetfulness is not referring to like tu passu is for forgetfulness things, but forgetting about our true nature. So he's reminding us to have this forgetfulness inside of ourselves when we forget about what is our true nature. And we've been moving towards to it throughout our practice to become more aware of this subtle reality that is our true nature, basically. Thanks for nodding, that's really helpful. So not saying that the body is not real and not true, but when we leave this body, or the body leaves us, or is subtle, something that is inside of us leaves the body, that subtle energies keep carrying forward. So this is our essence, this is our true self. When you feel yourself on one side, when you stretch one side, it feels so much more alive. You feel the life force inside of you. So sometimes we forget that this life is all about completing something that this life force entered into our body. And this is like a tall order to know what is our purpose. But that's one reason why we're studying the sutras. It's really helpful step by step to understand, to feel it out, and eventually we can be guided towards that real that is around us and inside us, and we'll know what is our purpose here. Does this make sense? Yes? Okay, good. All right, so he has many arms. In the Hindu tradition, the many arms represent like skillfulness. He can do a lot, and it's also representing power. He also has a snake wrapped around his head, his neck, and we're gonna come back to that. All right, I'm gonna put him back on the altar, and I'm gonna just quickly check my notes if I forgot something. So yes, so remind us to wake up to our real true nature and engage with the dance of life. So I have these deities, and I have a lot of them around me, and when I look at them, and when I really can like stop and pause, like when I look at Ganesha, I remind myself there are obstacles, but if light puts these obstacles in my way, they are there for a reason, and I have the power to move through these obstacles. So they are like hello, like giving me little clues. I love Woody, how he's smiling. All right, so that's him, and from that, let's move towards Patanjali, who wrote these sutras down. And this is Ravi's book that I'm working with. For those of you, I think all of you know, or some of you don't know, Ravi Ravindra is my teacher. He just recently visited us in Joshua Tree, and I love him. This is his translation of the Yoga Sutras with a commentary. So the Yoga Sutras are attributed to Patanjali, and I sent that picture to you where he is like half human and half snake, and the mythology is like so amazing in this tradition, and I love it. So I brought two stories because each story has different versions, and like, whoa, it's so cool. So one story is about the snake, and that is on Shiva. So each Trinity, like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, they all have their concerts. They cannot do anything without us ladies. So he has Shakti. His counterpart is Shakti. So he's usually up at Mount Kailash and he's actually meditating. But at this time, Shakti like draws him out of the meditation, like, come on, tell me about what you're doing. How is this yoga working? So I can tell the humans, because the humans down there can use this practice, this skill that you have. So she's asking him, and the Shiva Puranas is written down, I think it's 68 practices that Shiva shares with Shakti, and that's where it's written down, and they are meditation practices. But while this conversation going on, the snake gets curious and listens in, and he gets so curious that he pops many heads and eventually becomes a human, half human, and gets to know as Patanjali and writes the sutras down, the Yoga Sutras. So here he is. He's a little bit, this is another book that I'm using. It's a little bit shiny, but I hope you can see him, snake, tail, and many hats. So this is one version, and I want to share another version with you. There is this two storyline. There is lovely woman on earth, lived 2,000 years ago. Unfortunately, she can't have a child. So she is praying all the time, hands up like this, and praying to Vishnu, the sustainer, because she's a devotee of Vishnu. Please give me a child, please give me a child. And while she's praying on her knees, she holds her hands out. And Vishnu sees this woman down there, and he also sees that it's the yoga tradition is very disintegrated. It's just like very chaotic, and he sees an opportunity to integrate the yogic tradition, and sends his serpent, who he's usually laying on the ocean of consciousness. So this Vishnu, the sustainer, he has a snake called Sheshnag. It's like a big couch, and he's lounging on the Sheshnag, and Sheshnag representing wisdom. So he sends Sheshnag down to make the Yoga Sutras happen, but he sends him down into his woman's hand as her child. So he's granting her wish. But while he's falling, he didn't have enough time to make the full transformation, and he's like this little baby with snake tail, like human body and snake tail. But the woman's still really happy, because who wants to question a gift from above, no matter how it is, how the gift looks like? And she names him Patanjali, which Pat means falling from the sky, and Anjali means this hand position that she's holding holding her hand. So Pat falling, and Anjali, the hand position. So he becomes a great yogi, and he writes down the Yoga Sutras. So these are the two versions that I enjoyed sharing with you, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it. He probably was a human being, but during the time, like, he was so magical that the tradition like entered him into mythology, and he became this half snake, half human. So with that, this is the book, and it was written down 2,000 years ago, but the yogic tradition is much older than that. So Patanjali is more like an editor than an author of the book. And this is a commentary. So the Yoga Sutras are only, the sutra means thread. So the thread on your clothing like weaves a beautiful fabric of knowledge with all these threads. I think it's so amazing. So it consists of 194 short sentences, aphorisms. So in here, I put a bookmark. So this is where it's starting, and this is only these few pages. So these are the Yoga Sutras. All the rest of it is just, these are these few, this is that much. All the other ones are the explanation. You will see this short aphorism it's just like a lot to think of. It's usually suggested to sit with them and contemplate on them. It's most useful to have commentary though, because it starts you on a journey. So that's what we're gonna engage with, and I'm just gonna quickly glance onto my notes. So what else did I want to convey in here? So the aim of the Yoga Sutras, again, to be a suitable instrument, to be able to connect with that subtle reality who is inside of us as well as outside of us, around us, right here, right now. Some calls it Allah or Brahma or God or higher power or universal wisdom or truth, or sometimes it's just called that, with a capital T, like THAT, that. Simple as that. In a Yoga Sutras, Patanjali calls it Purusha, is the higher reality, and Prakriti is the earthy, the material reality. So this Purusha is that we need to prepare ourselves so we can be a true instrument for that. We can be seen by this real reality. Already, so I think I'm just gonna leave it with that. Let's dive into the first one. And the first sutra is, let's have fun with this, okay? Let's say it in Sanskrit. Ata Yoga Anusasanam. Ata Yoga Anusasanam. Ata Yoga Anusasanam. And I'm going to send you a short notes, a short version of this, so you can see how it's written. And it says, here now is the teaching of yoga. Here now is the teaching of yoga. So this could be understood that, okay, here is the teaching of yoga, like what follows. Although it's nice to consider it as an invitation that here now we're practicing yoga, and here now could be anywhere, wherever we are. So how can we do this right now? Like, for example, for me, I'm trying to be as present as possible, trying to be here now as much as possible, not to think about that after what I do after this, what I did before this, because we can only work in the now. Like, if we had a problem in the past, we can't resolve it in the past, but in the now. Even when we go to a therapist, you need to be there right then in the now in order to work on your issues or challenges in the past. So the suggestion is to practice yoga here and now, meaning anytime, at anywhere, wherever you are. So you don't need the cushion, you don't need the warrior pose when you wash the dishes, You can be there for the dishes. Every task is just much more joyous, much more full when we are there. It's like we go on a vacation and all the time we're worrying about what's going on at home with our dogs or something. We're not really taking the vacation, we're not really there fully, but we are concerned about other things. So this is the suggestion for the first line. He's right there, so that's good. You can be here and now, Diane, because the dog is right there. So to be here now all the time and practice yoga everywhere and at any time. So there are this quote from Ravi's teacher, Madame de Sassman, that I would like to share with you. It is important to work now. Now is the only possibility, not later. And to realize this possibility, something is required from you. And that's yoga, to become aware of this, that you need it here and now. And there is another, all right, so why do we want to practice this yoga? Why do we want to practice this yoga? This is, could be different. I mean, it is different for everybody. Although generally, I believe that you can relate to that we do have a monkey mind. Who doesn't have a monkey mind? I do, for sure. Sometimes it's a drunk monkey mind. I mean, the Buddha, 2,000 years ago, he stated that we have a monkey mind. I mean, I don't know what the Buddha would say now. What kind of mind do we have now if we had a monkey mind 2,000 years ago? And this mind can take over. So it's really unpleasant when he becomes the boss. It's another quote. This is another quote that I love to remind myself of, from same lady, Madame de Sassman, saying the mind is a good servant, but a terrible master. Right, Jessica? So I don't need to bring you any examples, but I wrote down this example for, like, for example, an example. If you have an argument or disagreement with somebody and it's not resolved, before you meet with the person next time, your mind goes like, oh, this is how it's gonna go. And then this is how it's gonna go. Oh, this is how it's gonna go. And probably none of those scenarios gonna happen. And we wasted all these times to like let our mind drive ourselves crazy. So this is one example why it's useful to be here now and practice yoga, and every time, all the time, everywhere. I want to just stop, pause a little bit on the word yoga. What does yoga mean as a word? It comes from the root is yuj, which is Y-U-J, yuj, and it means to unite. And it's the cognate word for the English yoke. You know, when the ox, they put the ox together and then they attach it to the cart, the yoke. So yoga is about this uniting ourselves inside, getting to know ourselves and bringing our parts together in here right now and uniting ourselves with the subtle. So that's the integration, the unification is about. And the root meaning of yoga is very close to that of religion, which also means joining or reuniting with the spirit. Religion meaning before it got, what's the word? Before it got can't remember the word right now, but you guys know when it got to Christianity, when it got, I'm going to send the word to you. I can't remember right now. Standardized, no, that's another word. So anyway, that's what yoga means, unifying, uniting. So the second sutra, which is mentioned a lot of times, the description of yoga, which is yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. Organized, that's what I mean, before the religions got organized. So let's see, your mouths are moving. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. I can see your mouths are moving. Good. So yoga, we already discussed that. So the translation, there are again many translations are possible. The translation that Ravi wrote in the book, and I feel aligned with, yoga is establishing the mind into stillness, or yoga is quieting the mind. There are a few keywords in here. So again, why do we want to quiet the mind? Why do we want it to become still? Later, Patanjali is talking about when the mind becomes a clear diamond, you can see the true color of everything and everybody. Like, for example, when you have a microscope, the microscope is not the knower, so the mind is not the knower, but a person is the knower. Or you can have a good microscope or a bad microscope. So if the microscope is not that good, so if the mind is not so clear, no matter how good the person is, it's not gonna see what is really underneath the microscope. So the two words, there are keywords in here, and usually it's useful to know these words because they can't really translate it in one word, one English word, is the chitta. And the chitta meaning the mind, but it's also meaning the heart. So the two like works together so much. Think about if we are anxious or stirred up, our heart is just as stirred up as our mind is going crazy. So chitta is meaning like heart mind, if you wish. So establishing the heart and the mind into stillness at the same time. And the vrittis meaning the movements. And Patanjali gonna name a few vrittis so we can catch our mind, what kind of vrittis are moving in the mind right now, so you can identify them easier, basically. So again, it's important to practice yoga right here, right now, no matter where you are at, anytime, anywhere. And it's about stilling the movements of the mind and the heart too. And when this gets done, the real seer dwells in its essential nature. And this is the next sutra. We're not gonna dive into it, but when we start practicing this, the real seer, which is not the knower, because the knowledge that we looking for, it can be like learned from the book. That's why we're doing our asanas. That's why we're doing life. But an experimental knowledge needs to be acquired, and through that, the transformation will happen eventually at one point. So that's that, and it's already 5:10, almost 5:10. So I wanted to review the Om that we learned last time, because I thought that's going to be a nice transition before we go into our Shavasana. We don't have much time for it, but I still would like to do that. Let's see how it's gonna flow. So there are 3 syllables for the Om: A, U, and the M. So maybe you lengthen your legs if you need to, or point and flex your fingers, and we're gonna move a little bit. So the A representing the A is representing the existence itself. So it's like wide. So let's reach our arms out and just reach through your fingers, and if you wish, close your eyes and think about that you are on the top of a mountain, nobody is around, and you are all by yourself, and you are this joyous child. And then sounding out the ah, like wide out, express your whole entire joyous self on the top of this mountain. So exhale everything. Inhale for your clearing breath. Inhale and 3 times up. Two more. Inhale. As you completely just place your hands onto your sides and just sit with it for a moment or so. So the energetic quality of this ah in the Om is existence itself. Gently open your eyes. Now the U is rather sweet. So make sure that your lips are soft and just sounding out the U gently. And it's the energetic representation is the all embraciveness. So with your arms, you can pretend that you embrace the farthest galaxies, to the whole entire earth, to your family, and to the smallest of atoms and everything inside. You can bring your hands onto your arms or chest, or however you want to do that. So U, after a clearing breath, exhale. Inhale. Open your mouth side out. Inhale, arms out. Two more. Again, just release your hands and just sit with it for a breath or so. Nice. Gently open your eyes. And one more left, the M. The M is representing bringing everything back to the center. So with the M, first we are going to bring from the side, like everything in. My left hand is on the top, right is on the bottom, and then you switch out your hands, bring the M in for the second one, and then for the third one is above, so just circle and bring everything in back to the center. So this is gonna be our 3 M's. Clearing breath, exhale first. Inhale through your nostrils. Open your mouth side out. Inhale, open your arms. Up. Chin to chest and just sit with it. Then slowly lift your gaze up. I really want to stand up before we go down on our Shavasana. So let us stand up and go through the whole embodiment. Ooh, it's so nice to stand up. How am I gonna fit in? Yeah, I'm fitting in here. Just turn a little bit up. So we're gonna stand out one on and one out. So we first starting with the arm. So feet are a little bit wider and hip width apart. And with your arm first, you're gonna open your arms, inhale up, start saying Aum until you fall forward and touch the earth. And then you turn your palms, hands towards the top of one another, so towards this, and sound out the Om. So same movement, bring it up. Om. So we bring it in with the Aum, and we give it out with the Om. Gonna do this horizontally the same. So we're gonna do Aum, like embracing everything, and then give it out Om. So let's attempt to do this 3 times. So first Aum, Om, and then horizontally the same. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna sip of water because my throat is scratchy. Oh, all right. Woo! So here we are. Inhale. Inhale, folding forward. And then come on up. Same horizontal inhale here. Give it back. Inhale. Beautiful inhale. One more round. Pause, standing. Walk your feet a little bit closer towards each other, hip width apart, palms together in front of your heart center, and just one Om. And as you feel ready, release your hands and slowly bring yourself back onto the earth, on your back. Just hug your knees in, wobble. And then go ahead, extend the right leg straight and guide the left knee out to the right. Stay here for a breath. Twisting supine. Inhale, bring the left knee. Exhale, bring both knees in. Inhale, extend the left. And then exhale, guide the left over the right. The right over the left. Staying here for a breath. And then inhale, the right knee comes back in. Exhale, both knees to your chest, perhaps nose towards your knees. And then go ahead and set yourself up into a Shavasana, lengthening your legs or putting something underneath your knees, arms alongside your body. You also welcome to sit in Sukhasana, easy seated position for meditation. If you are in your Shavasana, some useful things that I like to do, wiggle fingers, wiggle toes when I let them go and soften and become still. They help me to soften my entire body. Wobbling your head side to side could be helpful as well. A clearing breath could be helpful. Just allow yourself to be here without engaging with anything physically. So muscles are soft, disengaged from the physical reality you are. Let go of the mental reality as well. It's the emotional reality. let yourself breathe it. So let go of the controlling of the breath as well. And allow yourself to be this Shavasana, already called, also called Samadhi, a state when you are not. And this is all what the Yoga Sutra says. The Samadhi is a state when you are not. But to give you a little clue at the end, when you are not your usual self. So hopefully you sense that you feel different than how you felt, how you sensed yourself before the class. Staying here for a couple of wanna finish the class seated. Slowly I'm gonna bring you out of the Shavasana, but otherwise you can just stay here, turn off the camera, and you can stay as long as you want. Otherwise, start moving your fingers, your toes, and then just be in awe how amazing is that we ask. Fingers move and they move. Nervous system amazes me. Amaze me. And then let those movements go. Draw some circles with your wrist, with your ankles. And then perhaps reaching your arms above your head while you're pointing your toes for a little stretch. Could be sweet. And then eventually perhaps bring your knees to your chest. Be useful. And then roll over one side, and then just take your time, perhaps taking 2 breaths on the side. Before you slowly bring yourself up. And as you bring yourself up, perhaps it's easier to keep that state of being inside of you. If you close your eyes or gaze down, you can bring your palms together in front of your heart center. And again, just check in with yourself. How you feeling now? Hopefully, it was not too much that I brought up and your body feels good from the stretches, and some things perhaps caught your attention and was helpful for you. And let's just close the class with one clearing breath and one Om. Exhale everything. Inhale through your nostrils. Inhale. Bless yourself for bringing yourself onto your mat and practicing. Now you know that you can do that at any time, different kind of practice, but still practice, as it was suggested by Patanjali, Hatha Yoga, Anusasana. I do hope that this was helpful for you. I feel greatly blessed to be here with you. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Namaste. You all are unmuted.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Happy birthday.
Any question, let me know. I'm gonna send out the recording and the little notes, so you can always reach out to me. I'm always happy to have happy to hear from you.
If you could send the title of the book, that would be great.
So I don't know who was talking. Julia, were you talking, or Diane? You were totally breaking up.
I think it was me. If you could send the title of the book that you were using,
Yes.
and the author.
Definitely, I will do that. You want this? Okay. Yeah. Wow! Thank you. Best birthday present ever! Yay! I'm gonna take a picture of you guys to have you. All right. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, bye. I forgot what is his name?
Sophie.
Sophie. Yeah. Hi, Sophie. Audrey, your grandchild is so good.
So excited for her.
Yeah. I'm excited for you. I'm ready too.
Much love to you.
Much love to you. Thank you again.
Bye.
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 Bye, Tammy. Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you next time.
All right, next time for sure.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Bye, Diane. Thank you. Bye.